welcome back to another episode of Who Am I to Judge? Who Am I to Judge podcast. I'm Alexis.
I'm Samantha. We're back with a little bit of a special
episode. Special.
Alexis was half asleep. We're
know,
a
I'm just
little
on the
out of
couch.
it, y'all. We're a little out of it.
Special episode, but we felt like we should follow up the episode from, I guess, what you're getting today. But
yesterday.
We filmed it 2 days ago.
Last night.
Last night, yes, but you're getting it today. But we felt like we should just follow it up because, well, for me personally, after like waking up today and kind of seeing the news, I was like, oh, I feel like it would be so tone deaf if we don't like recircle back to this, especially with like who we believe our followers are, that they would want to hear our thoughts on this. And also they're not, it's not shits and giggles. It's not Meg Thee Stallion. It's not Beyonce. Like, this is real life. And so we're circling back.
We were very hopeful and optimistic last night. And now, obviously, as of November 6th, like, we have some more information. And so, yeah, we felt like might as well just wrap back around and give our thoughts at this point.
So yeah, like as of today, Trump is the projected winner of the 2024 presidential election. A lot of things stood out to me before we get our, we just talk about it, but I just took some notes because every day I watch MSNBC. So it was just kind of like, these were just things that stood out to me. So among new voters or first time voters, Trump won by 4 points. He had 54% of the new voters are first time voters, which really shocked me because I'm thinking Gen Z. I'm thinking, you would think younger generation that wouldn't be the case.
Yeah,
so that really interested me. The second thing that really stuck out to me was he won the popular vote, just not even just the electoral college, which is usually not the case for Republicans. They usually are struggling to get the popular vote. And this time around, he got the popular vote, which is different than in 2016 and in 2020 when he didn't. And then finally, two other things that 45% of Latinos voted for Trump, which, yes, is less than half, but it's so fucking close to half. And there was a decisive vote among Latino men, which was very shocking to me, which we can talk about and just share our reactions. But, this is the famously, known for separating families, putting, those are images of like the children in cages from 2016. So it's just like shocking. Yeah. And then lastly, just like, Jill Stein put up some numbers, and Trump overperformed in every racial category, but Black people. Black people were the only voting bloc that was consistent, and that came out in droves for Kamala. Trump overperformed in all of those like different racial categories, and then finally, Kamala was underperforming in certain counties that were like, in 2020, Joe Biden actually had more votes. And it makes me think about those people we talk about constantly that like were third party voters or just did not vote at all for moral superiority. So those are some things that stood out to me. So I guess you can take the floor, Samantha. You can kind of talk about how you're feeling, but then also just anything that came to you.
Yeah, it's still very fresh. I'm still like, I know that we're recording this at about 2 p.m. today, and I think she's supposed to, I saw something
she's talking at 4.
Supposed to speak at 4. So I'm just still like, is it over? Like, is there any hope? I just feel like that we have grounds for recounts and just to like try to fight this. Like, I'm gonna be really sad like if she concedes at 4.
She will. She already called and formally conceded to him, so this is just like for the crowd.
This is terrible. I don't really even know what to say. Like, it is.
Well, let me tell you.
I did not think that. I was just I was optimistic that we were gonna. But I just can't believe we're going to live through another 4 years of this.
I
That's why I can't.
agree. People who know me know that I am like an optimist. I live my life in the clouds. I'm a dreamer in this, not in that sense of like immigrants, but in the sense of like I am literally in fantasy land all the time and just always think things will work out with everything, relationships, people, money, everything. So like if you would have asked me at any point, I would have said Kamala was winning. It was I was a little nervous going to sleep, but I was like, it's as they say, the red mirage. When we wake up, we will see the blue shift. And when I woke up at 6, I looked at my phone and it was like AP projects Trump as the winner, and I was shocked. I will say, it comes down to me. I've just been so sluggish today. Like I literally was like, I'm taking an unofficial day off where it's like I'll be on email, but I'm like canceling all my meetings. I'm laying on the couch and I just have kind of like sad. Like I feel like this is how I felt after like breakups. Like it's just like I feel sad and just want to like lay. And I feel like it's because like I am so exhausted. Like after looking at the voting block and just seeing how Black people will consistently always show up for other Black people and also will consistently always show up in a way that's like harm reduction to other people. It is so disappointing that no one ever does that back for us. And it kind of makes me so bitter. Like, it's so sad because like I am a Libra, like I am a justice person. Like I'm a person who's like, I came out fighting. Okay. I was in an incubator. Like I came out fighting, and it's just like, but it's like, I'm literally at a point where I'm just like, y'all get what y'all get for 4 years. Like for 4 years, you can just count at me as citizen zero. Like I will be on the couch. I will be having fun. I will be keeping my mental health. I will be keeping my peace because it's just like, we owe you, Black people owe this country absolutely dog shit after what happened yesterday. We've never owed them anything because they brought us over here as like, unwilling immigrants basically. But then also just like for y'all to sit here and have voting against voting against different marginalized people's communities and their rights, but Black people be the main ones who are not all the way thrilled with this candidate, who have issues with the Democratic Party since its inception, but still could see a world where they could vote for harm reduction for other people, and what y'all do is spit in our fucking faces. You get none of me. You get none of my mental health. And this is not the last thing, but I want you to, I'm willing to hear your thoughts on what I'm saying. But also just like, I feel like this is like the tale oldest time where a Black person or Black women are overqualified for a job, have shown through work, not even just like through word of mouth talking, have shown through work and work ethic alone that they are overqualified for the job, has just done so much performance wise and has like been shown that they are not enough or not like they're not enough compared to whiteness. And we see this, and this is not even just in politics, we see this in relationships, we see this in movies, we see this in everywhere. It's just like we are never enough when it comes to like comparing us to a white person. And it's just like, what
on
more
the gravest level though,
right?
like,
And it's just like, this is like, to me, and I feel like all of us Black women and Black people are looking at this in through such a different lens, because it's like we have all been there, whether it's through work, whether it's through a relationship, whether it's through anything, where we have been compared to a white person who can't even hold water to us, and they still somehow like get in triumphantly. And so it's just like, I don't know, it hit me a different way. I woke up bitter. I was angry at everybody. I was angry at Julie. I was angry at everybody that wasn't a Black woman, basically. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I also like went to sleep. Like I said, we were really optimistic yesterday. Like I really was just like, nope. Like, so it was like when I saw that, it was just like another nightmare. Like I'm just like, I cannot believe this is happening. Like I really can't. But also like, it is just so disappointing and disgusting that people are like, at the end of the day, it's just like, it has to be racism. And
It's racism
misogyny.
it's racism and misogyny. I think is a big part of it, but I also think like moral superiority really played it. Like I know,
my god, yes,
like
it's so annoying.
Did you watch the
so
TikToks
annoying.
I sent you today? I sent you a lot.
Which one?
I sent you a lot
text?
on text. Yeah, I sent you a lot.
I don't know yet,
but it's just like there's so many like there's like
we're not people of color anymore,
right, like there's so many things I want to talk about in this conversation, but I think that's one of them. Let's talk about that. Like a lot of people have been tweeting like we're no longer like, let's not even use the term people of color anymore because we're not the same. Black people have shown time and time again they are not like us. Like we are not the same. Like at the end of the day we will vote for harm reduction. At the end of the day we will always show up even amongst lynchings, amongst enslavement, amongst like Tulsa massacre, amongst all these things that the U.S. has done to us that could have made us say, fuck off, we're never giving you a vote again and try it yourselves. We still show up for harm reduction. And it's just like...
What's the proximity to whiteness?
And it's just like, so people are just like, we're no longer people of color. Y'all have shown that you are not like us. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree. I feel like you are... The proximity to whiteness is more important than, claiming your seat as a minority and voting as such.
And coalition building, like lifting up one group of people.
People are just so uneducated. Like that's like I feel like sadly people this country is very dumb. Like people are dumb and uninformed and uneducated because it's just like I feel like a lot of people feel like they're protected by their little bubble. They're just like, even if it's like Maryland, who, thank God, Maryland, I feel like votes right. And
I mean, yeah, we're a blue state and we always usually vote
like,
right.
We're just, we have like the first Black mayor and like all of these things. And Angela Alsobrook just made it to the Senate.
She did,
county. And so it's just like, I feel like even people here though, like, like white people here might not feel like this is, like the abortion bans aren't going to affect them because they're, in a blue state. And it's just like, no, like this guy is about to, I feel so bad for our elders. I feel so bad for my pop-up.
Me too. And
because my pop-up, like this is his life. Like, like he watches the news all day long. If you talk to my pop-up for 5 minutes, he's gonna start talking about politics.
Like, it just seems like a spit in their face. Sad. And it's just
such
like,
a spit in their
but
face.
I agree. It's just like, I feel like I can think, I mean, mass incarceration, splitting up families to like, we're talking millions of families getting like destroyed off of that. We're talking police brutality.
Puerto Ricans are garbage. Like that's what he said.
Yeah, like there's so many things that Black people have endured that is like complete violence on a community that like we could have left and said, fuck off, we're never voting again. We don't care about, we don't care about the Latino community, we don't care about the Asian community. We could have just said, fuck off, we don't care about any other marginalized community, gay people. However, at the end of the day, we always show up. I think it's because we know our history. Like I always say that, but it's just like, if you know your history, you would never gamble with a vote. Like, especially when it comes to Black history. And so it's just like, for me, I'm just like, and
now they're trying to erase that, so we don't know.
Exactly. Like we always show up, and so it just angers me for that reason. Where I'm like, yeah, you're not like us. Like this isn't no people of color over here anymore.
And I agree that point of knowing your history, because that's where I talk about like the education. I'm like, do you understand? Like when he's talking about immigration, he's talking about primarily Latinos, Muslim, like, you know what I'm saying?
He's not
like,
talking about his wife. Let's be clear.
Right. He's not talking about Elon Musk. Like, I fucking call bullshit on all this. I like will definitely go down and feeling like, yes, I do feel like, the people that didn't vote, the people that threw away their vote to Jill Stein, you guys definitely did impact this election. But I will also say there's definitely, in tandem with that, there was voter suppression.
Absolutely.
There has been definitely tampering with, like, I just feel like, I mean, a lot of people, I saw something in Wisconsin about them needing to recount, like, a lot of votes in Wisconsin. Yeah. And so I'm just like, I'm over
Everyone
the Democrats.
has to take responsibility.
But I'm also like, the Democrats seriously need to, like, we cannot let a convicted felon go be the president. Like, you can't even apply for certain jobs. Like, and you're going to let this man be the president. Like, this is, I mean, it's just,
it is what it is.
I guess I just thought we were better than this.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many people. Oh, you're talking about black people specifically?
No, the country.
Oh,
like, I just
yes,
thought
I agree.
were.
Like, Democrats in general, like, everyone is like, everyone who did not vote for Kamala has to share some type of responsibility in my eyes. Because I'm just like, I sent you a TikTok where the girl was like, I hope it feels good when you were sitting on your moral high horse. Like, it was looking a whole lot of red on that map. It's just like, and it's just like, I sent you a TikTok where it was like, the whole issue with like this whole thing being like, we're not voting for Kamala because of genocide. We're not voting for Kamala because of Palestine. We're not going to vote for Kamala for these things. Y'all are making Kamala the ops when really, and then at the end of the day, you're not sticking it to Kamala. She's a rich woman. No. She's the vice president. She'll be fine. You're sticking it to the other marginalized American people who have to deal with the circumstances and you are not putting us in. We're not the ops. The ops are not the fucking, and Palestinians. That's what I'm saying. Other marginalized people. The ops was never Kamala. The ops was never the Democratic Party. At the end of the day, the ops was fucking Trump. And you just literally lost sight of the fucking plot. And now at the end of the day, you're not sticking it to anybody. But at the end of the day, you're sticking it to other people that you wish that you want a coalition build with, other marginalized people. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Grave mistake. And like it's like hard for me to be empathetic in any kind of way.
Posted a picture of Donald Trump.
He already talked to Trump. He called Trump today. That's not even a question.
Who he wanted to win.
And Jill Stein supports Israel. Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like people are... they lost the plot. They really just made Kamala the villain for this, when it's like, she's not the ops at all. The ops were Trump. And y'all ended up not sticking it to Trump. You ended up sticking it to the other people you want a coalition build with for the next 4 years to get him now out of office. And fuck you for that. Like, to me, it's just hard for me to have any empathy. It's hard for me to feel sympathy, because I'm like, we did what we were supposed to do. Black women did what we were supposed to do. We were not fully happy, but we came in and we did what we needed to fucking do. The other people didn't. And now don't ask me for a damn thing for these 4 years to help you, because I came and did what I needed to do. And what I will do is laugh.
And even just the Black people, like, I follow an activist that is like, was on the moral high ground of like, they voted for Jill Stein, I'm pretty sure. They definitely voted for their party. And last night they posted like, this is entirely too fucking close. I'm like, what did you think was gonna happen, crazy fuck? Like, it's just like, like, these
people are bird brains. I'm telling you.
I just don't understand what world you live in. Like,
I really think they thought I can sit out because at the end of the day, enough people will vote for Kamala. And again, it just shows that they have a bird for a brain. Because I'm just like, literally, it makes no sense that you think it would not be as close when she loses voters and he gains voters. And it's just like, that's why I'm just like, don't ask Black people for another motherfucking thing for these 4 years.
I feel like Black people are just like, we have to know that we will only show up for ourselves. Yeah, there is nobody coming behind us to help us.
We will always, and then also just like,
we need to
when your families are getting separated due to mass deportation, don't call me.
No.
When when all your gay marriages are getting annulled, mass annulments, or just can't do it anymore, don't fucking call me. When like you get you're hitting the, what is it called, kicking the fucking can on the fucking hospital bed when you're giving birth, don't call me or need an abortion, because it's like, we did what we were supposed to fucking do. The people, especially don't call me if you didn't vote, especially don't call me if you did third party, and especially don't call me if you voted for Trump. Everybody else, maybe we can talk, but those people, no, don't talk to me. We don't owe them a motherfucking thing. That's one thing I learned from this. Like, once they showed the numbers, 90% of Black women voted for Kamala Harris. I think it was like 80%, almost 80% of Black men voted for Kamala Harris. Y'all can't blame this on us. But let's get to it with the white people. Over 50% of white women did it. Over 50% of white men did it. Almost 50% of Latino vote. Like, let's be real.
And my thing that is concerning to me, like, these parents that have young daughters and that, like, I feel like I feel like it always is, like the white people that thought this was a fucking game, or like, that voted for Trump or whatever, like that, just thought it was cute or something, or I don't know, I don't know. But I do know that, you know, I feel like people started to take it seriously a little too close, and not enough. Like it was just like, it was almost like the day of, it was like people were making a decision whether they were going to go. And
I know, and
now,
that, yeah,
and I'm
Julie
just
was talking
like,
about
these
that too.
people are also going to have to explain to their daughters. It's like, okay, well, what do you mean? Yeah, like Trump won, and okay, what's an abortion? Blah blah blah. Okay, even if I, get ready, yes, honey, like that is, you can't, like, the doctor may deny you if there's a national abortion ban, and
But
you're gonna
also
have to have
just
this
like,
baby, and then they don't care about the baby when they come. So,
no, they don't care
like,
about their
good luck.
baby.
So sad.
I was gonna say something.
It's
Yeah, I
sad.
feel like it's just interesting
I
how this
just
is.
need,
Go ahead.
I need President Biden I need them to start, please.
Well, in these next 2 months, they need to enact everything. They need to go like AWOL, like
I think
everything
that,
that they need to put into
but
protection, put
also
it into
just
fucking
like,
protection, bitch.
doesn't he has immunity right now, right?
Who?
President Trump. Like, I
Immunity
mean,
for, well, right now he's not the
President Biden, I mean, he has like full immunity. Like, he can't be charged with anything, right?
I don't know
Like,
if
because
I
he's
don't
the
know if they would
president.
apply those rules to a Democrat though. Like, but
Nah, we need to start trying those rules and saying, like, no, like, I saw this TikTok that was just like, with like the Constitution, like, I'm supposed to protect the Constitution. Like, I cannot allow a convicted felon to become president and like fucking just block, and then, and then resign.
that's
Somebody
not gonna
said,
happen.
then resign and let Kamala become president until we can have a fair, like, another fair trial. And
It's just
I just hate
interesting.
that we're so like, we're just gonna have this man for president.
I
Like,
mean,
I
it's just
just
it's
can't.
terrible, but I feel like there's just a lot of rebuilding that needs to happen within like the Democratic Party and within like marginalized people. Just because I was thinking about the Democratic Party, like
I just
I
like
felt like it was pretty
democracy. It's over.
irresponsible. It was pretty irresponsible. And I said this months ago when we had our podcast in the summer. Like I felt like it was pretty irresponsible that people were only willing to like point out the like critical nature of Kamala Harris's campaign, but never wanted to talk about the positives. And I talked about that with the Breakfast Club. I talked about that with Cardi B when she was like saying, I'm not, going for anyone, Victoria Monet. Like there were people who I felt like it was pretty irresponsible messaging they were putting out there without also talking about the gains. And I feel like these people then came around a week before.
Right.
And it wasn't enough time. And I blame
No.
those people too. I do. Because I feel like they had a platform and they used it completely irresponsibly.
Yep.
Everyone, of course, let's be critical of our candidates. We are not at all ever 100% satisfied, nor should you be. But at the end of the day, when you're going against someone like Trump, it is not, to me, it is not a worthwhile time of your art, of your, worthwhile for you to just sit there and only talk about the critical bad nature of this person, to the point where other people might just think I don't vote, or I'm voting third party. And it's just like, or I'm voting for Trump. And so I felt like it was completely irresponsible. Well, now they have to deal with it. Now we rest. And that's all the TikToks that I have found on my side of TikTok has been Black women. Now we rest. We have shown,
have fun with that.
We did what we were supposed to do. We actually now have the higher moral ground. Like we clear, our conscience is clear. We thought about harm reduction. We thought about other people. Now we rest. They deal with whatever the fuck they get. Like you get what you get at this point. We rest.
You know who I want to call out? Fucking these Kardashian Jenners.
Yep, them too.
I just want to say how quiet these
because
women
they probably
have been.
voted for who. No,
let's they did. I want to point out a few things and why I am like very almost like positive Kim Kardashian voted for Trump. Like,
well, she hangs out with Ivanka.
Yeah, she posted Ivanka a couple days before the election. And then she posted Caitlyn Jenner a few days weeks before that, who is
Mm-hmm.
like an avid Trump. Like, why do you have all these Trump people on your page?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like Saint like posted something about Trump and like took it down, and then yesterday they didn't say a goddamn thing but happy birthday to Kris Jenner. And I just want to point that out to everybody. I don't want to hear about this family because they voted for Trump. Okay, allegedly, probably they did. Like, especially him. Like, I'm just like, because they're in line with Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos came out and congratulated Trump. I don't know if you saw that tweet.
I mean, of
So,
course, all of the rich people will do that because of the fact that he is in their best interest financially. But it's sad
but just like
because,
you don't have to like come, like I don't know. People just
I
aren't
mean, it's
hiding
just
it no
sick.
more.
And it's just like, it's just sick. It's just selfish. It's just, I mean, I'm just exhausted because,
Greedy.
and I feel so, and like I was just, immediately really, really sad and had a lot of empathy for Kamala because I just hope she understands this is
Yes.
not a reflection of her. Like, that's one
Not
thing
at
Black girls
all.
have to understand when it comes to just
Yep.
getting rejections like this. It has
Yep.
nothing to do
I
with you. It
know.
has everything to do with whatever the other
Literally.
situation is.
Yes.
And you're flawless. You
Yeah. Yep.
ran
You
in
did
2
everything
months, you
right.
ran a campaign that many people would dream
Oh
of.
my
You raised
God.
money that you broke records in
You
many
broke
different places. It's
records.
just like, it's truly an issue with the other party
Yeah.
and
Yep.
with
Yep.
America in this case. And so it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of the day,
It is very heartbreaking
it's
though.
heartbreaking because I can't imagine to go on such a 2-month marathon like she
And really
did.
feeling like we had this, and then
Yeah.
seeing that, and then just
And that's
seeing,
why, like,
I'm
sorry,
just
go ahead.
like, I'm just
It
looking
just
at
like annoys me too.
everybody.
Like I won't name names, but like a friend who I'm like, I don't know if they voted or not. Like had messaged, and due to that like moral high ground thing,
Mm-hmm.
messaged me and was like, "Oh, like today's a sad day, love you," and like, it was in a group chat, and then one person was like, "Yeah, like I just can't imagine. I can't believe he won the popular vote. Like so many people fucking sat out and like did this shit." And I was like, "Yeah, I hate the people who sat out." And they were like, and they said this. They said like basically something of the effect like, "Well, like that's the Democrats' fault for running like a more a right wing campaign or whatever." And I was
No.
just like, I don't want to hear that because at the end of the
Girl, I
day,
would have to leave that group
and so
chat.
literally all this is what I said before I like bowed out of the group chat. I
Yeah.
said, for me personally, um, there's no way that I was willing to throw away my vote. I know my history. I know how hard my ancestors fought for this right. There's no way I'm going to mock them in that way. Goodbye. And so it's just like, and
Wow.
that's just how I keep it. It's just like it is a privilege to be
Mm.
able to sit back and say I am okay with the consequences. Other people cannot say that. And so for that,
No,
and
for
for
real.
me, like what you said, like I'm embarrassed. Like your grandfather, like
Oh,
our
I'm so
elders that are
embarrassed.
living have to
I'm
watch
so
this. And our elders
embarrassed.
are from the South. Like they've
Oh my
seen
God.
just
The
like
worst of the
disgusting the
worst.
worst. They have like,
And like it's like proving again, like
and
it
it's
has
proving
not
again. And then they see
better.
this Black woman, HBCU educated, lawyer,
And just
AKA, and still can't, light skin, still can't do it. Like literally, I'm embarrassed for our elders. Like
and
it's so
even
sad.
they're willing to take fucking, Biden. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, whoever is not this oh
Cheeto
God.
man.
Do you guys understand the racist and sexist and just
They understand. They don't give
terrible,
a damn.
evil rhetoric that was spewed at these
They don't
events?
care.
And so yeah, no, I'm like kind of with you. I'm just like, I'm not talking to anybody about this, especially not white people or, people that didn't vote
For
or
me, it's the
whatever,
people that didn't vote or voted for Trump or
or
voted
voted
third
for Trump.
party. I won't talk to
Yeah,
you. I
that's what
won't
it
talk
is.
to
That's
you.
what it is. But
If you
it's
voted
just
for
like,
Kamala, we can talk. Anybody else, I'm not voting
yeah,
for. I'm
and
not
we
talking to you.
voted for Kamala, yes. But like, it's just like, I don't have, you voted for like Hitler of this day. You voted for
Yes,
somebody that's hateful, that is
they
like,
know. They know.
so I want you to know that though. I want people, I feel like though, sadly, like we were saying, like, some people, because it's just so last minute, they're getting whiplash or just like, oh shit, like, oh no, like, I feel like people are, and it's like, yeah, bitch, like, you thought this was a joke. You thought that, like, like you said, we showed up and did what we did. We did the assignment. We understood the assignment, and
we did it.
We did it.
And I
it's
just want
like,
people to know,
y'all
like,
just they put their weight on us. They're just like, okay, they're gonna vote. They're gonna like do it.
And it's just like, I want people to understand, like, we did our assignment for us, because yes, there was someone said, like, there's a spiritual, like, connection to this vote for Black women, and that's true. Like, we did it because we wanted to support another Black woman who we believed in, but then secondly, we also did it because we also understood the harm reduction it would have for other marginalized people. We came and we did that regardless. There's no one candidate that everyone it's not just because I'm a Black woman that I believe in everything Kamala says. No, we all have issues with it, but we did what we needed to do because of the greater good. It's just really hard for me to stomach other people. Right. It's really hard. This is the thing. I expect nothing more from white people, but there is other people of color. I've always put them on a higher pedestal because I'm like, I expect more. You have more of a responsibility. I expect more from you, just because it's like, I hope that, I just think that, like, you understand how it is to navigate in this world. You would have a lens that I have, and we can, like, coalition build. So it's just always just baffling and something I cannot respect or understand when other people of color actively vote for the harm of other people of color. That is something that just makes it, like, it's like hard for me to get past, because we know how it is. We know how it is to, like, live in America. We understand that we can't, build reimagine different America with Black people alone. We have to coalition build, and usually we do that with other marginalized people. So to literally just, like, say fuck off to these people is just wild to me. I'm so over. It's gonna take me a while to get over this. I'm bitter. Yeah. I'm angry.
I am angry. Yeah. What we could have had, or just like me and Courtney were just saying, like, just to be able to exhale a little bit. Like, it's just like, this is crazy. Like, yeah, I will take a while to get over it. I'm definitely going to be protecting my energy and protecting my mental health, and just kind of sitting back and taking care and getting my money and, taking care of our community too.
Yes. And focusing on, I agree.
And not trying to convince people. I think you sent me that one too. It was just like, if you are not, if you're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. All right, bye.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's protecting your peace. Like, I'm telling you, we rest. And now we rest. And it's just, maybe that's what we titled this. Now we rest. Yeah. But also just like, I also blame 2016 voters, because Trump voters, because I'm like, y'all opened the door for this man. Yep. And if we didn't ever open the door, who knows where our country would look like now. And so it's just like, for me, I'm like, I blame these people now, but I also blame 2016 Trump voters who opened rolled out the red carpet for this man to do his fucking shit. Because now look where we are.
Reform with a little bit more grace, and revolution with a little bit more, love and joy and hope, versus like fucking disgusting evil.
Like, well, like, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of tweets. But I guess
that's what they know. That's what they need. They need it to be as ugly as, like, you're not gonna learn your lesson if it's not.
It's just funny.
The worst of the worst. It doesn't affect you.
That's true.
And it's going to.
And it is.
Maybe
and
not systematically too, but also personally. Like, me and Courtney were saying Julia. Too. Yeah, we're just like, maybe systematically, but this is gonna touch everyone. White people.
And it's just, that's why I was just laughing, because this morning I was like, wife. Evilly, I just am like, I know that they'll reap theirs. I know they'll feel it. So it's like, I can't wait. Like, I can't, and this is evil. This is an evil thing I'm about to say, but it's like, I can't wait to say I told you so. I can't wait for the day that, like, one of these communities that voted for Trump enacts something against y'all, which we know he will, and I won't say what it is, and y'all are gonna be crying on TV talking about your family member got sent home. Y'all are gonna be crying on the TV talking about you couldn't get an abortion. Y'all are gonna be crying on the TV about somebody killed your police officer killed your son or whatever. And I will just, I'll have empathy, but trust me, I'm resting because I'm just like, we
tried.
It's exhausting to be in this situation.
Exactly.
Every
wanting to literally
fucking
shake
time.
them. It is.
I
it
owe
is.
you nothing. Like,
I
and
owe
don't
you
try to
nothing.
guilt trip me.
I owe this
I owe
country
you
nothing.
I've
Okay?
paid my dues.
Yep.
I pay my fucking taxes. I'm a walking unicorn. Like,
Yep.
literally,
The sky's
I
the
owe you
limit.
nothing.
Like-
And so it's just like, oh, don't try to guilt trip me. Like, don't try to be like, well, don't you feel bad for them and their families are apart? No, I actually told you this 2 years ago.
I did care. Bitch.
I have empathy, but
you
I owe
guys
you
just
nothing.
gave the buttons, the green light to this crazy person that's been on the TV. But even I'm mad. The activist that I'm talking about is a Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, you just gave the okay. So like, you guys want you want it to be just all out insanity.
Well, they say, oh, not all skin folk is kinfolk, and there you go.
So they're just confused. It's not even that. It's like, y'all are confused. Y'all, it's the moral high ground, like you said. And then that's what just boiled my blood, was just like, I'm so sorry. They were talking about like, dear white people, like, don't like, have guilt and tears now. It's like, you too, bitch. Like, you too. Like, don't be trying to act like you did something. You didn't. Don't act like you're on the team that, actually did it. No, you saw that Jill Stein's electoral college vote was 0, or popular vote or whatever.
Jill Stein, honestly, is a grifter. She comes up every 4 years, gets the money she needs, gets the relevancy she needs, the book deals, whatever she needs, and then she disappears. I couldn't tell you what she does in her 3 years prior to every election, but let me tell you, her posters are ready every 4 years.
She said, how y'all blaming third party voters with these numbers? Be freaking for real.
This is the thing. It is true that even if we put in the third party vote, she would still lose. However, she would be closer. So it's just like, don't try to tell me it doesn't matter. If everyone voted for fucking Kamala, she would have more votes, period. I don't even like, it's just like, I don't like that whole thing of like, well, technically, it's like, no, technically, she would have higher numbers if you didn't vote for this person. I don't care if it was the difference, but she would have been closer to making it. So shut the fuck up.
And then people are like, and then I see this, somebody said, you're heartbroken for yourself, but watched an ethnic cleansing and felt nothing.
Y'all watched an ethnic cleansing in Tulsa, Oklahoma, decades ago, and didn't do a resistant vote.
But my
y'all
thing
watched
is true. It's like, y'all watched an ethnic cleansing
lynching
and gave it to somebody that doesn't give a fuck. He had a Muslim ban.
But this is my thing. I don't believe it's disingenuous to me.
These are Black people, though.
It's disingenuous to me. Black people have been going through it. Honestly, a cleansing since the time we got here, okay?
Absolutely.
They were trying to kill us from the time we got here, whether that's through mass incarceration, whether that's through gun violence, whether that's through lynching, whether that's through fucking poisoning, you know how they were like poisoning different neighborhoods with the water in Flint, Michigan. They have been trying to get rid of us, or at least weaken us, or whatever you want to call it, in many different mechanisms since our time here in the US. No one has ever thought to themselves to make a resistance vote against how the Black people are treated. So don't try to sit here and tell me now you care about violence against a community when it's been happening here for years, and nobody gives a damn that it's happening to Black people enough to stop voting. So shut the fuck up.
And also, you're in cushy America saying that, like you would, and you have, we have our children here. Like, you don't want, America to at least have some type of like person that can have good protection. Like, that is one thing that I feel like America is like cushy, because we don't deal with, knock on wood, yet. I feel like at this point we don't have a leader. Like, if I was another country, I'm like, this is it. This is the moment. Like, to
absolutely,
because you don't have any leaders.
And even just what I was saying before, like, they were burning buses of freedom riders. They were literally hosing marchers down, bringing dogs on Black people. And you want to talk about literally like caring about that and ethnic cleansing? Like, I'm just saying, yes, it is truly we should care about Palestine, but why the hell did no one put, like, why the hell do Black people not matter to y'all? Why the hell are we now talking about resistance votes when this has been happening in America for so long and y'all never once thought to abstain your vote? Like,
But
I just,
also,
to me,
like,
it just
why?
seems disingenuous. You don't really care about violence if you didn't think, if you're not even looking at the violence here.
Yes.
And I'm not saying we should, like, one is more important than the other, but what I'm saying is it makes me think you really didn't care, give a damn about that if you're willing to just let this one happen here.
But even the here of it all, my thing is like the there of it all. Like I said, Netanyahu is like, this is his guy. This is who he wanted to win. So why, like, I don't understand how people aren't putting the 1 + 1 = 2. It's like, okay, yes, we don't want to give this lunatic the authority to do anything. That's what we're trying to keep from happening right now. So if you're talking about, like, oh, like, third party, no, you contributed to that of not, of getting this in the hands of this person, which it's just like, it's not even up for debate anymore.
Right.
Like, it's like, now it's a done
She
deal.
lost. She needed your vote. You put it to Joe Stein. Period. She lost.
It's going to, this ethnic cleansing, this Palestine is going to continue. Now we have no hope for ending this shit.
And that's why I'm saying it was disingenuous.
So y'all are stupid.
If you cared about genocide, you would have voted for the harm reduction. And that's my opinion. And I mean,
literally, because I know that I care. I know that I care. I know that I look at that and I feel disgusted. And I also know that as somebody that lives here, you can't get away from it. The Pampers that you buy, the taxes that we pay, that shit goes to paying the things that we do not want to pay. Like, inevitably, some of our money goes to fuck shit. But it's just like, we have to start to, like, these are the people that are trying to put a battery in the back and don't give a fuck. Like, I can say that I believe that Kamala cares about issues. Like, like some of these issues. Mm-hmm. Like, I just don't understand. Like, so now we just have no chance. We have no, like, at least with the Democrats.
So now we
at least with the Democrats. Okay, last thing I'm gonna say. Yeah. At least with the Democrats, we can push them because they have some type of, like, they're moral trying compass. They're trying to at least put on that they have a moral compass. So that's how we have leverage to be like, no, like, you guys have to do this, blah, blah. Now you just gave it to the people that literally don't give a fuck. They're going to go rogue. This man is old and senile. I can't believe y'all. This young Black woman and this old senile.
They fumbled. You know how we talk about fumbling versus, like, it just happened and, we had to part ways. You fumbled Kamala Harris. Yeah. We deserved better. Black people were robbed of this opportunity. Women were robbed of this opportunity. And now, don't ask us. This is the whole Don't ask Black people for another motherfucking thing. Yeah. We're resting for the next 4 years. We did what we needed to do. Good luck with everything.
We're taking care of ourselves.
We're taking care of ourselves and our mental health, which we deserve.
And we're going forward and we're not letting.
And we will survive. We will survive. We were built for this. We're built tough.
Yeah, we're gonna thrive. We're gonna be doing us.
Good luck. That's all I have to say.
Yes, good luck.
Good luck to every third party voter, to every non-voter, and to every Trump voter. I hope in the next 4 years you won't need Black people because we ain't gonna be there to save you.
Nope, we will not be. Like, even 4 years and beyond.
Well, remember to like, subscribe, and join. Donate to our Cash App. We have some fun things coming up for y'all in the next couple of months.
Yes,
that we are so excited to talk about when the time is right. And rest, my friend. We'll talk later.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for listening. Remember to email us your discussion topics at whoamitojudgepod@gmail.com. Also, remember to subscribe to Who Am I to Judge Podcast on Spotify and everywhere you get your podcast. If you love us, please rate us and review. And if you don't, leave us alone. Tell a friend to tell a friend. See y'all next week. Bye, friends.